That's the motivational speech of the day. Actually, over the weekend I did. Well, no. Let me say this now, and then we can go back to like normal stuff. But over the weekend I had to do touring for the Beasley building.
How was that?
I did it for extra credit. I will say that first and foremost. I was I think fortunate because, and I'm not. She would admit it too. The only other person who was agreeing to it was like, I don't know anything about this building, so she kind of like managed the people who'd show up in the lobby, and she'd send them to me, and then I'd be like talking their ears off about everything that not only what WASU does, but I know a lot about App TV, which shout out to App TV because that is kind of what happened. Like, or that's what's like a turning point in conversation. I ran into these two families actually, who I was talking about the program at App TV because they have surprisingly a lot, and I am envious of them as program director now. Shout out Natalie. Hi Natalie, she's running our cameras today. I had a parent. I was talking about this one show that Nate McDonald and I don't know Harriet's last name, but there are two people who are also in the program, and they're running a new show specifically targeted for like LGBTQ people. And this one dad got like super happy about that, and his son, they got like super happy because apparently the son's twin sister is transgender, and he was really excited about it because I was like, which I've never met a parent ever in my life who like felt like openly and happily talked about their child who was not cis or heterosexual. That was like a really big deal for me. I was like tearing up when he was telling me about his daughter.
So nice.
I was like, oh my god, and I was like, I'm so happy I can like talk about this sort of thing. He's like, yeah, a lot of people don't talk, they don't talk about that sort of thing so openly. I was like, well, App State really wasn't. I mean, we weren't bad, but when I was a freshman, this wasn't like visibility was few and far between. And I told Olivia Williams, I was like, I'm really happy that you guys are doing that show because visibility is really important. Blah blah blah. I don't want to hijack it. That was just I have lost friends in my life who haven't had people who have like accepted them, and like now it's like 4 years later you can find parents in North Carolina who are like, yeah, I have a child that belongs to the community and I'm proud of that. That made me
I love that.
feel good.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was my touring story. What did you guys
That's a
do this?
nice way to open the show.
I guess.
goodness.
Yeah. And then there's some people who are like, why is he getting all serious?
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Well, I was just about to jump in and say, like, I wouldn't really know anything about I know what's in the building,
Yeah.
but I would be a terrible tour guide. I would be like, it would be 3 minutes. I would be like, hey, everybody, I'm Ben. So WASU, our radio station's there. We got App TV, the TV station there, and then a bunch of studios right here.
They help you. They did help, like almost kind of guide it because they'd ask you questions like, how do I get into the radio station? How do I do that? I'm
That
like, well,
is
you have to
good.
take a class, and then you could do this. You could get a class, then you become a DJ, and then blah blah blah. Then you could be a paid staff member like me and Ben. You can't see my smile, but it's there. And then they'd ask me about App TV though, and I would struggle. I'd be like, I don't know how you get to App TV. I think you have to take a class too, but it's not like specifically for the radio. Like I think
it's the same. I think it's literally the same thing. It's just a different class.
I thought it was TV studio production.
Why?
Because I took that class, but I mean, I'd love to help App TV with stuff. I offered my hand with Can't Think Straight with the show I was just talking about, but they have like 6 or 7 members on crew, so I don't think they need me.
Can't think straight.
But it's they did it as like a comedy show, and the thing is, I'm not good. Like my humor for that is either too vulgar for public television, or it's the complete opposite, and I love like informative stuff about the community, and that's like boring television. So I was like, I'll help. I think I'm gonna try and get the Henderson Springs LGBT Center since I volunteer there. Maybe throw like tiny little watch parties for every time they make an episode because I thought that'd be cute.
That'd be cool.
Anyways, that was not. What did you do?
Sorry, yeah. What did you do this weekend, Mary?
That was the only thing I did.
What did I do this weekend? Well, a friend of mine came to visit, and he was just kind of staying with us. Dang, what did I do? Oh, well, on Saturday, I was helping the radio station out for open house.
Oh, you did that? You were the one who was operating the board?
Cool.
I was one. Mackenzie asked me, I ran into her, she's like, who's doing that? I went, I don't know. I was like, I thought you had that covered. So you did this?
Oh, wait, no, I was out on the mall.
Oh.
With doing the giveaway.
Oh, I heard, really cool. I heard Elena. I think it was her voice. I could hear her voice. It was on the radio Instagram story. Elena's really good at that. I actually I don't know, that's not where I expected her to wind up, but I don't know what she's going to be doing next year, but I have a feeling she'll probably be doing promotions. She's really good at that.
Cool.
Sorry. That was. What did you do? Did you give away prizes?
We did. We gave away like the rest of the cups and koozies that we had.
We're
Are the jersey ones. There's like I was going
We
through
had
old
one of
stuff.
those. I was
yeah.
wondering what that was.
Those make no
Yeah.
sense.
Dude,
We really just found them in the closet.
Carlos was going through because while we were getting ready for the tours, I left the radio station open and they left the promotions closet open, which I didn't know. And I have no idea why they're there, but we have like this ridiculous 10-gallon hat in there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Carlos was like, "You should wear this for the tours." And I was like, no, sir."
That'd be really funny though.
We're like just completely serious, not mentioning it, just like. Anyways, so here's the radio station. What is there something on my head?
Yeah, you don't mention it, and it's not there.
Nothing. It's just there. Was that it? You just did the open house?
Yeah, it
Did
was
you watch?
fun.
Did anyone watch the game?
I
I
did.
not.
Well, you kind of have to, don't you?
I do kind of have to.
Kind of your job.
We won against
Georgia State.
First game of the Sun Belt Conference.
Yeah, look at you, Peter. That is all factual. Yeah, I did watch that along with many other games. And then, I was actually happy. Peter, I don't know if you being from New York care about the Giants.
Oh my God, my dad. Hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, I'm a Giants fan.
My dad is literally crying.
Yeah,
my
we
dad is
finally won a
weeping.
game. We finally won a game. That was hype.
I was at home. I went home yesterday to pick. I was telling Mary about this. Pick up some computer parts. It's a long story on that, and I don't really feel like explaining it. But my dad and I were talking sports, and either my mother turned to my older brother, or my older brother turned to my mom and said, like, "Could you ever imagine Peter and Dad talking about sports?" Because like I'm not a sports person, but he was ripping into the Giants. He was angry. He was like, because that's his favorite team. He's from New York, like favorite team for 40 years, and he was complaining about. I don't know nothing about them, but he was like, the managers are terrible, the coaches are terrible.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Throw them all out, and I'm like, okay.
But I was
Dang.
just about to say, yeah, I watched that, and then I went to the farmer's market for the first time. That was cool.
I got goat cheese there one time.
Yeah, got some mushrooms and some flowers and some chard and
Chard? Oh, I forgot that's like a leafy green.
Yeah,
I was
right?
like, chard what?
yeah. Oh yeah, and then I bought a TV last night because mine broke, and also I had to dabble with that whole conundrum when you get to the checkout line and then you're buying a big product or any electronic
You
product,
just get the little.
and they're like, all right, do you want the warranty for like, X amount of dollars? In this sense, it was like 30, I think, for a 2-year protection plan. And I was like, well, gosh darn. The dude at Walmart last time had me in the same spot, and I said no. And then I did dirty.
So now you're like,
So
I guess
was
I have
like,
to.
I guess I have to. So I dropped another $30 on a protection plan.
I have the TV I have. First of all, I don't know how to hook up cable, so I'm like no, and I don't use cable anyways.
I don't use cable either. I
It's-
use like Hulu, Netflix.
Yeah, the only
Well, the
thing I use
Nintendo
mine
Switch doesn't
for-
have Netflix.
Really?
No, it does not have
Mine has
Netflix.
YouTube.
It has YouTube and it has Hulu. I use both
It
of
has
them.
Hulu on it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's how I watch. I don't have a Netflix account anyway, so I'm not like heard
There's
about
not
it.
a lot of good stuff on Netflix.
Well, apparently there is.
Other than
but
Squid Game.
We'll get into
We'll
that
get to
for
that, yeah, we'll-
main topics because that is on that list. But I got my TV from my friend Joey. He was on the cycling team, and the cycling team used to like own a house. I won't say where it is, but they don't own the house.
Was it
anymore.
right by Walmart?
Yeah.
I have been to that house.
I have too. Joey was one of the last people who lived there. So
Wow.
his roommate Chandler was like moving out. Him and his girlfriend moved to like Asheville, and I had no idea who Chandler was. I talked to him like 3 times. He turns to me, he goes, "Do you want a free TV?" And I was like,
Dang.
well, I mean, I can't say no. I kept saying to myself, eventually I'll buy a TV to play video games on, which I rarely do. But now I'm like, well, it's for free. So, like,
And
it doesn't have a remote, though, and its buttons are all jank, like on the
Well-
side.
well, you can always. What's that? Is it called Gazelle?
What is that?
I don't know. I just remember as like being a 10-year-old and seeing those commercials where it was like, trade in your iPhone, Samsung, laptop, TV, etc.
So I'm a
and we'll
trade-in-
send you cash.
So sell it.
Yeah.
I could just sell. I like my I like the TV. It was free. I got zero. I had nothing to pay for. I just wish I did have a remote for it because its buttons are jank too. Like I have to
Like it barely works.
No, yeah, on the side. I'm not complaining about this, but I'm sure tech people who like there are tech people out there who are just like, why did you get a free TV? Like you should have spent money on such and such and such and such. Just
I had a free TV too.
from who?
A friend of mine from high school, she was just like, hey, we have like a few TVs that we don't use.
Few?
A few. She had like 2 or 3 to pick from.
Rich girl.
Rich girl. I'm actually, I'm not surprised. Like, I don't get usually too wigged out by people with a lot of money. Maybe it's because, like, my parents, like, I'm not rich or anything, but I've been very privileged. I've been very privileged that I haven't had to worry about things. I haven't gotten many luxuries in life, let's be honest, but I've been very privileged in that regard. But when people, like, I'm talking to someone now who sounds like he comes from a lot of money, but I'm not like, he'll like apologize for it. I'm like, I don't really think of it as anything weird. Like, I mean, it's not my life.
What was for you guys like the sign of wealth? Like, if you go to another person's house and they have this, like, they're wealthy.
Oh, that's actually such a good question. That just like spawned 80 memories simultaneously
Oh,
from
yeah,
like
'cause you-
elementary school, when you would be like start to realize the wealth gap in America, and you'd be like, oh my god. Like, I was just thinking immediately just going to school cafeteria.
Really?
And, well, at least my elementary school was in like kind of a low income area, but like just seeing kids not even have money for lunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I know that's kind of
$3 lunches, I
depressing.
hated that.
But also, when going over to people's houses, and their house would just be different, and you'd be like, oh yeah, we're not all in some,
It definitely, coming back, it kind of comes down to like television size, because there's a point where it's just like, that TV is just like cartoonishly big. Do you even need it that big? Like that's my friends have a TV that is honestly a little too large.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is the point?
Or I guess sometimes like the kids that would get a phone, like there was like 11-year-olds getting iPhones.
Now it's I feel like it's a little different for like younger people, but like back when we were like in middle school, if you had a phone, whoa.
I didn't have a phone until 6th grade, but I remember being in 4th grade and people had iPhones.
I didn't have a phone till high school.
See, that
Honestly,
that's a little
good for
different though.
They probably spared you from a lot.
Well, I had an iPod Touch.
So what year were you born, Mary?
2002.
See?
She's not that much younger than us.
But it also is different. Like, that was not heard of when no 4th grader was getting an iPhone or phone. And most 6th graders had, like, the Sprint Rumor, like the slide phone or the...
Girl.
My sister had, like,
I forgot that
phone that
existed.
was probably, like, 4 inches tall and, like, 1 inch wide.
Oh, my God. What was it? The iPod stick? What is that called? Oh my God, I know what it is. Oh, it was like an iPod. It was before the iPod Touch.
The Nano?
It wasn't the Nano. I had a Nano, and we didn't know how to use it.
I don't know.
Dang it! It was like a stick, and it still had the little wheel thing.
Oh my
and
God,
a tiny screen.
I know.
Anyways.
I was gonna mention this, but for me, like, the sign of wealth was a bonus room.
Oh,
yes.
we had one.
Oh my goodness.
I was not introduced to that concept.
We had a bonus room.
I was a lot older.
We have a bonus room. We still use it, but we use it like.
It really is. It's such a crazy concept. And welcome to our additional room that has no purpose but for fun or entertainment.
It's wild.
That's where all of my family hangs out, though. We don't use our living room much. We have a dining room and we have a dining room and like a living room we don't use. I sound rich. I wasn't getting all the like commodities that rich people have. Now my mom's gonna hear this and be like, why are you talking? She literally will be, stop talking about us like we have money. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I didn't have my own room until I was in 3rd grade.
I never had my own room technically.
Really?
Until I went to college technically. That's a story for another time.
On the bright side, it prepares you for having roommates.
No, it didn't. We're going to be right back on the morning app, and we're going to talk about more pressing matters going on. Pressing matters as if it's going to be serious, but, what's going on in the world? We'll be right back.
The morning app on 90.5 WASU. Hi everyone, I'm Dave Blanks from University Communications here in the Beaver College of Health Sciences. It's the 10-year anniversary of the Beaver College, and we're going to interview some nursing students. Come along with me. Guess how old the Beaver College of Health Sciences is?
I don't know.
No idea?
Nope.
Care to wager a guess?
5 years.
No, you're almost there. We'll keep going around until we find somebody maybe who knows. So, how do you like the Beaver College of Health Sciences thus far?
I love it. It's been a really fun time making relationships with all my classmates, and the faculty are very great. They're very caring, and it's not something I expected I didn't expect them to care as much about me as they do, and so it's been really nice in this hard time going through nursing school.
Why did you want to be a nurse?
Well, when I was little, I had cancer. So just seeing like how the nurses helped my mom and like how she still really like thinks about the nurses and how much they did for her, I wanted to do that for other people.
What would this be called? This thing, like if you were going to look on Amazon, it must have a name, right?
It's called Seymour Butts.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
It totally is Seymour. So what do you like about the Beaver College of Health Sciences? Can you share with me something that you enjoy about it?
Yeah, I mean, what do you not like about it? It's honestly beautiful. We have everything available to us. Like as nursing students, I feel like I have like the most opportunities I would ever need. Just having like labs like this to kind of simulate like a real patient experience, that's definitely a highlight for me. It's just been a blessing to be able to go here.
Do you feel like you're doing good?
Of course.
I love your confidence. Is he going to be all right? Of course.
He'll be just fine.
He's good. Did you know how old the Beaver College of Health Sciences is? Can you guess?
10 years?
Oh my gosh, you got it. Yes, congratulations. Wow. We have this arm for you. I brought nothing for you, but yeah, how about a hand? Yeah, give her a hand. So I understand that you received a scholarship, is that correct?
Yes, I am part of the Beaver Scholars here, and with that, hopefully I am able to get into the nursing program.
What made you want to be a nurse?
Well, it all started with just experiences back at home with having not having accessible health care for my parents and the majority of the people who live in my town. I always saw the struggle there of people trying to find ways of getting health care and being able to afford it as well.
It seems like the scholarship has made a big impact in your life.
Oh, of course, yes. It's helped my family. Part of my graduating class, maybe 20, 30 students made it out to college. So that's something big and like something I'm proud of.
Did y'all know that the Beaver College of Health Sciences is having an anniversary, like right now?
Oh, it's 10 years, right?
How many? Yeah,
10.
10. She got it.
Amazing.
Yeah. Good job. You knew. Yeah, 10 years. Thank you for your support of the Beaver College of Health Sciences and its students. Happy 10th anniversary to the Beaver College. Your support of these students is clearly having an impact on their lives now and will for years to come. Thanks so much and have a great one.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU.
Good morning, good morning. You are listening to the morning app here on 90.5 WASU, the app FM. Hi. I'm Peter.
Mary.
Ben.
And what's going on in the world today? A lot, apparently. I didn't watch it because I didn't care. Nice way to introduce the story. Because SNL's 47th season literally has.
Oh my
I think it was 47th season has started yesterday or Saturday, whatever. And Casey Musgraves was performing, and there was like a part where I don't know why. She had just a guitar and boots on, nothing else.
Wow.
Did anyone listen to Casey Musgraves' music?
No.
She released a new album. I didn't like it. But she won album. It was like a big upset, not upset, but it was like out of the blue because a few years ago she won album of the year, and not a lot of people knew who she was because she was like sort of a country pop singer and she was around. But then that album's good. I'm gonna be real though. That it's called Rainbow.
I'm gonna make a hot take right now and say it is not good if it is country pop.
No. That's because that album isn't. That's why.
That's why you got me.
Her old music I don't really like. There's one song called "Follow Your Arrow" that's kind of hokey pokey, but it's cute. From before that, but that album is legitimately very good. Okay. There's one song, if you don't like country pop though, I will tell you right now you won't like it. I know you won't like it, but it's a great, legitimately a very good album. And I'm very picky when it comes to country music because a lot of it is like
exaggerated southern accents,
really stingy guitars.
Also, I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but I mean, just listen to the lyrics of a country song any day of the week. Please, I'm begging you.
Her album's Rainbow is a great album. And then won Album of the Year for a reason, even though the Grammys are controversial, I know. And trust me, I know. I'm not a big fan of the Grammys. Yeah. But does anyone watch Big Brother?
No.
Oh my God. Have you ever watched it?
I have seen an episode when I was like 9. Like,
what a weird. That is not a show a 9-year-old watch.
I used to come home from whatever, and I would walk in, and my mom would have on frickin' E! News, Entertainment, and Weekly or whatever, and then Big Brother would be on. I feel like Big Brother would be on that same channel, and it would be before/after.
Big Brother. Well,
what is Big Brother?
It's a show where you're under 24-hour surveillance in a secluded area. Yeah, no, in a secluded area, and the American version, at least, they're all like ridiculously hot. They're like meant to be ridiculously attractive for the most part, and they're all like, I don't know, like every so often they do like challenges, and then every week or so what's the term they used? The residents or something. They all come together and they vote on who is to leave the house, the villa or whatever, until there's like one person left. Until I think there's like 3 people left, and I believe then the live audience, like whoever's viewing, votes on who is like the best. Yeah, it's weird.
That's an interesting premise. Why is it called Big Brother?
Big Brother from 1984, I think, is the one George Orwell thing. Big Brother is always watching you.
Oh, right, yeah.
Isn't that concerning? They crowned its first black winner, though, which was a really big deal because they were noteworthy for giving unfriendly edits towards their black contestants. Very unfriendly edits.
Seems a little intentional the other way then.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say that because that discredits. I don't want to discredit someone's actions because I'm sure I didn't watch it, but it was like a good person.
It's probably well deserved.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how well deserved a crown is.
Well, it feels like it's kind of lucky too.
The best Big Brother, though, like if you want to watch good Big Brother, is Celebrity Big Brother. It is amazing. It's D-list celebrities from the UK and from America. So good. It is because they don't do all these hokey pokey like obviously scripted narrative stuff. It is so funny. And Big Brother, for those of you who don't know, at least now, I believe you can access the cameras anytime you want.
Oh, wow.
But then they release episodes of like the highlights that happened in like a week or whatever.
Whoa, that's epic. You can just spend your whole day live streaming some randos.
I believe so.
That's legal? What?
I believe so. I haven't like followed up on this, but yes. I don't think they do that for Celebrity Big Brother. I don't think they let you peep in and check out what they're doing, which is disheartening because it is so good. The season, I think it's the 17th, with Perez Hilton on it, is like legendary. It is so anyways, that's my phone. Ben, we mentioned it earlier. He came into my office talking about this. He goes, Squid Game. Remember I mentioned this like a week ago, and I said like it's a new show that's been picking up. Yeah, it's become like the latest thing that everyone was talking about. Mm-hmm. Ben watched it. I did not.
I did binge it.
Right?
Yes, it's on track, and I think it is now their most popular show ever.
So am I the only one that hasn't seen it, or the only one that's seen it?
I have no. Why would I want to watch it? I get scared of my own shadow. I keep seeing this like giant plastic girl, and I'm like, who is this?
I follow a lot of artists on Instagram, and I've seen like just fan art of the show.
Fair.
Really good fan
Of the
art.
girl?
Makes me interested. Yeah, the girl.
The weird robot girl. What she's doing red light,
No,
green
not
light.
the weird robot girl. Freaking, what's her name?
I don't know.
The one that everyone is.
Like simping over.
Yeah, simping over.
It's not simp. No, I've seen the robot girl. I keep seeing memes with her doing red light, green light.
I know.
People doing.
I've seen some funny memes. Well, I guess I won't spoil it
Well,
then.
you can't spoil it regardless. Even if all of us had watched it, that'd be rude.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start. I'm not sure if I should.
You
start watching
finished. It was like.
I have critiques. I will. Let me
Yes.
just say this. I don't want to disappoint anybody, but I'm pretty objective when it comes to TV shows.
Yes.
And I loved the first episode. I
Okay.
was like full on like hooked. Like let's go, finishing it tonight type stuff. By the end, I was wildly disappointed.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Like shows with cool concepts like this, I find lack motive, like good motive. I think that was one of the major issues. There was a group of characters that were like genuinely so cringe. Like you can read on any review, there's like they almost tanked the whole show.
Oh my God.
Spoiler alert, it's the only non-Korean people.
Oh, I've seen. Okay, I know what they look like because I've
Yeah.
seen pictures of them. Okay.
And B, another thing is reading a lot of like bilingual people, Korean English speakers.
Yeah.
Apparently the translations on Netflix were god awful.
Oh, that's
like,
unfortunate.
Like completely conveying a different meaning in some scenes. So
That's unfortunate because, like, my friend watches a lot, but a decent amount of anime, and that's like a bigger problem. But with dubbing, dubbing
dubbing is worse, I feel like.
But there is an obstacle with dubbing because they try to sync it as best they can with animation. With subtitles, in my opinion, they should do the very best they can. Like it should be as accurate as possible because there's no it's, you know.
This is a really weird take, but when it comes to anime dubs, English dubs specifically are like the worst.
Yeah.
I know.
I've watched a couple animes in Spanish dub, and it's like good.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, the English ones are always terrible. Whenever I see somebody watching anime in English, I'm like, stop.
I
I'm
can't.
just like,
My roommate watches a bunch of anime, and it's just I don't get it. I'm like I'll like walk by. I hate where my room is placed because it's like I have to walk by the TV to get to the kitchen, and I go to the kitchen a lot. So I'm like I feel bad. He'll play video games. I have. There is no avoiding it. I have to walk in front of it. I'm very much like that. Your annoying mom or aunt who walks in front of the TV while you're playing Call of Duty. Like I'm very much that. But I can't avoid it. I don't want to do it. I'm like Speedy Gonzalez in front of that television. Just I'm still whatever. But yeah, Squid Game is the thing. I didn't watch it, but
I think I'll start watching it now I've heard your opinions. I'm interested.
I still overall enjoyed it, obviously.
I mean, yeah, like
Also, obviously, I'm not going to get into it because I'd be spoiling it, but there are other plot
the
holes
redeeming qualities
where you're
to
just
it.
like,
Yeah.
But there are redeeming qualities to it, I assume, because everyone seems to like it.
yes.
And then I remember you asked me like, do you think they're gonna have a season 2? I'm like, yes. Of course they are. It's like their most popular show. And it didn't. I don't know how it turns into or something, but it didn't look like it was the most crazy thing to produce in terms of
No.
like budget. Well, and then part of the reason why I assume it has such a good market, or it has such popularity, is the fact that it isn't an English show and therefore can be more easily
Well,
accessible.
And South Korea is like second to America in like the film industry. So
Yes.
I was about to say it has the guy from Train to Busan in it, or Busan, however you say it. It's a Korean
yes.
zombie movie.
I actually know about that.
Yeah.
It took me a moment. I was like, what are you talking about?
Like a lot of that people, the cast, are from other major Korean film shows.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to talk more about what's going on in the world. Maybe not talk your ear off about Squid. No, Squid Game apparently is really good. I don't like the name, but maybe it translates better in Is there a reason why it's called Squid Game?
Well, it's like a literal game.
That's a game that they play.
That's like the final game.
I've never heard of a Squid Game.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Girl. We'll be right back here on the Morning App.
The Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
When one arrives in Boone, you pretty quickly feel embraced by the mountains. The same thing happens here at the university. When you are a student here at the College of Business, you're embraced by the Appalachian community.
The name Appalachian State University, it means something and it connects with people. The experience goes beyond academics. There's a culture here. Everywhere I go, I wear that golden A. I take pride in that. It's not something that you find everywhere.
One of the things that's great about Appalachian is it has the resources of a big school, but the small school community.
Professors here take such an important view of how they can impact the lives of students.
That's the reason why we're here, supporting the students, seeing that they're successful both in their time here and then as they graduate.
We have a remarkable connection between faculty and students.
We have some of the leading voices in the field, so it really creates an intellectually vibrant environment.
You have the smaller class sizes, we have the high faculty engagement, and it really sets us apart.
These students are phenomenal. These students are, in my opinion, going to be the change seekers and change makers in the world. Not only through their professional skills, but also because of the passion they have got for making this world a better place.
A lot of people think of school as coming to the classroom and then going home and doing homework. At the Walker College, it's not like that.
We're really trying to rethink how we deliver education, what the purpose of education is. Really trying to break that hierarchy of the professor being out in front with all the great ideas and instead saying, you know what, everybody has great ideas.
They're figuring out those solutions through innovative thinking, through an innovative process.
Innovation is the edge. We are trying very hard to push our students to think in ways that they can not only think outside the box, but what kind of positive impact they will be able to make in the world.
Having these different opportunities really sets our college apart.
We're trying to prepare the leaders of tomorrow by giving them ways of thinking about problems so they come up with solutions that are meaningful.
The students hit the ground running. They are the most technically competent, ready to go day one students. You know, when you get out into the business environment, that's the attitude you have to have.
Hiring an Appalachian graduate, as an employer, I know that I've got someone who can come in and hit the ground running.
One of the phrases you'll hear used often in the College of Business is business for good. We want our students going out in the world and helping to make it better by using business practices that can help.
I'm thankful for the transformational experience that Appalachian has given me. This college has shaped me both as a person and I think a servant leader.
Being a Mountaineer and being part of the Walker College of Business has shaped who I am today.
I'm really excited to enter the workforce with the skills that I've gained here.
For me, Appalachian really represents family. You know, I don't know where I would be without my Appalachian experience. I'm proud to be a Mountaineer in so many ways.
Any student that comes out of the Walker College of Business is extraordinarily prepared to be successful and to make a difference in the world.
If you want to be able to work side by side with faculty, students, staff, community, partners, and industry, we want you to be part of our family.
Ew, wait, really?
Really?
I mean, yeah,
You,
it's like a
feel the
weird
pain?
psychological thing. I don't feel your pain, but I can yeah, I don't know. It's only with certain things like that. Kind of like if you see somebody throw up, you kind of throw
Gross.
up.
Oh, no, yeah.
Wait. Well, this isn't what I was going to talk about, but we were talking about what was going on in the world. We were talking about Squid Game. It's a new popular show. But also, I hate. Okay, does anyone hate when their family talks about current events?
My family doesn't talk about current events.
Mine doesn't normally, but
I'm usually the one having to tell them.
I was about to say, I'm usually the educator.
Yeah.
I don't want my parents to talk about this with my family. My older brother, when I was visiting, he was talking about, first of all, Stevie Nicks was trending on Twitter yesterday, and I thought it was because she died. Because when I see old people trending, and Stevie Nicks is one of my favorite people ever. I love that woman. But it's because this photo of Grimes was going around.
I saw that.
Okay, but there's more to the story that happened last night. So there's these pictures of Grimes walking around in an outfit. That's why they thought it looked like Stevie Nicks. It did not. Like, the outfit was inspired by her. She was walking around reading the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx. But then she goes last night. She goes like, "Yeah, I staged those photos to trick the paparazzi into following me." That's why I said I was like, shocker.
Socialist and communist Twitter was like, LOL, that book is straight out of the store.
Yeah.
Like, she ain't fooling nobody.
She's, I think, and then I was like, okay, people forget she is like a music celebrity still. Like, obviously, she knows how to, like, twist the public eye. Like, I think people were thinking it was like these were like candid photos. She's like, no pictures, please. And I was like, girl, that was funny to me.
I liked the outfit though.
I didn't. It was not fit. It was not everything. Legs down, like waist down. I think was a mistake.
Fair. Yeah.
It looked weird. I didn't like how it was like. Ugh. Regardless, the last thing I have. Well, I have two things. The only thing I was gonna mention was yesterday was National Boyfriend Day, and I got kind of bitter. Just slightly bitter. It's fine. I'm like talking to someone now, but it's just like it always happens right around the time where it's like right before a relationship has started.
Oh, yeah.
Or like where it's not serious enough where you can like say anything. Like I wouldn't refer to this person. He's listening now. I wouldn't refer to him as like anything more than just us talking. But like I always get bitter when that happens because I'm like, y'all are all happy and having the time of your lives with the people that you love, and I'm like,
We can celebrate the fact that we're single.
I'm not celebrating nothing. That's weird. I'm not like those, but it's just because celebrating while you're single, it's like I don't need to celebrate that. I don't think it's bad either. It's just I've never gotten to do that, and I like tacky stuff.
Don't let societal norms get you down.
Society. I'm not. It's not that.
It's like being sad around Valentine's Day.
I don't get sad around Valentine's
like
Day.
It is,
never have.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'm
good.
just happy that Krispy Kreme's does the Valentine's donuts. I love those so much. I bought a whole dozen just for myself.
I drove to Lenore on the way home just so I could get Dunkin' Donuts.
I was gonna say, I think it was Dunkin'. Who had the brownie batter donuts?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Really?
Those were the best donuts. I think that was Valentine's too.
It was.
It was the heart-shaped brownie batter filled donuts. Oh,
I want
diabetes.
I will drive 3 hours back home to get
That's why I don't. That's why I have no problem with Valentine's Day. And I've had a real Valentine's Day. Like I had like a real romantic Valentine's Day, but I've never gotten to do the stupid boyfriend pictures.
Fair.
I don't think I've ever had like a real romantic Valentine's Day.
I don't know. It's kind of sweet. It is like, I think me, it was like, oh, I just know what it feels like. So now I never really was bitter, but now it's like, okay, like if it happens again, it happens again. But I was very happy. Valentine's Day is still, that is the day I actually get more excited to see everyone like having like with their partners and stuff.
It's cute.
I know, it's cute. Ben, I forgot, what's her name? I'm so sorry. Your girlfriend's name?
Lila.
Did she do anything for National Boyfriend? Did she post any pictures?
She had to work. But no. Then she made us a good dinner with the chard. With the chard.
The chard?
Yeah.
You ate roasted chard?
Yeah, and it was yummy.
She's a vegetarian, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's good with the cooking.
I love vegetarian food.
Start eating more vegetables.
Vegan chicken nuggets.
I know. She's my only source of vegetables.
Oh Yes, we did talk about this.
Yes.
And because I was like, how do you not like vegetables? Anyways, the last thing is, speaking of leafy greens, this is a weird transition. Peak weekend is, I believe, this weekend. It's like very sudden how the leaves are changing. I can always tell the trees right next to Ale House because I always walked.
Some are sooner than early.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's why the peak of them is supposed to be supposedly this weekend. I think. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I usually have like a little plan or something. But
I think I'll have a picnic.
I might be going to Charlotte this weekend.
Ooh.
No, but like that's not. I'm literally gonna be not here for peak weekend.
No.
My friend and I want to go clothes shopping. We might go to Asheville. I don't know if Asheville is affected by peak weekend, but
Yeah, I want to go out and see it too. Also, when I made that comment, I'm not an idiot. I know, obviously, trees change.
Oh,
or
no, you
leaves
didn't-
change
that-
before others. I
that
meant
was
like
not. You did
I've
not
seen
sound stupid.
specific trees around Boone that are way earlier, and that's what I meant.
The
I like,
ones on
noticed those.
the ones on campus.
Yeah, and a couple by Basil's in that area, that shopping center by the mall. Anyways, continue. Yeah, I want to go on a hike, but I also do not like crowds of people.
Oh, wait,
So
yeah. Sure, everyone's
peak
Oh,
week
it
is
is,
always absurd.
The leafers, they're already here.
The leafers.
I live right by a hotel, and like for the first time, I was like, why is their parking lot full?
Right.
Dang.
The leafers. That's the real term. They're called leafers, and they all go to Blowing Rock, and that. I feel for the people who do work in Blowing Rock because like it gets really crazy around this time of year. My friend works at. Well, I can't say. I should not say where she works, but she works at a place that is quite popular among tourists in Blowing Rock, and she already is like, I don't want to. She's like, want to quit.
Yeah. I just got dinner at Blowing Rock the other day, and I got some ice cream there. It was pretty yummy.
I got Chipotle yesterday.
Chipotle. I forget there's a Chipotle here.
I eat
I'm
like
glad
3
there
times a
is.
week.
With no vegetables.
It's good.
Not a corn. Not.
I get
corn in it?
I get sofritas. Actually, Chipotle is also very good because it's one of the few places I can get a vegetarian meal, and it is just as good as what I normally get. I get the sofritas, rice, black beans, queso, corn, and then I get like corn salsa or whatever, and then I get sour cream and some other stuff.
I mean, sofritas is sofritas, so that's still vegetables. But salsa, that there's a vegetable. That's I think.
Fair.
Well, no, technically it's tomato based. So.
Yeah. And I don't even get lettuce anymore because it gets all soggy.
That is weird. No,
and the
I
lettuce
agree.
it's just water. So
I agree. That's weird putting lettuce in like hot food. I don't like it on a burger. It's odd. I mean, I'll have it on a chicken sandwich. That's okay.
I only get it because that's probably the only times I'm eating vegetables. So.
Yeah.
I am like 90% carnivorous.
I mean, lately I'm not even like a pasta or something.
Not as often. Well, no, not really. No.
Oh my gosh! Lately
like
I've been
pasta.
I've been short on vegetables too, but so I'm one to talk.
I was about to say, you ever categorize foods that are not vegetables as vegetables just to make yourself feel
People
better?
say potatoes aren't vegetables, and I'm not sure.
I don't know if they have the nutritional value of a vegetable.
But like, is that
getting my
like what
potatoes is
defines
getting
You're like
my
I'm eating.
vegetable is
You're like
nutritional
I'm getting
value.
French fries. That's my vegetable.
She's not wrong though.
I think she is wrong. I just you're categorizing it because of for convenience sake, so you can feel better about yourself.
Actually, wait, no, potatoes are carbs.
See? Corns are carbs. Corns are.
Really?
Corn is a carb. Yeah, it's a starch, isn't it? Am I
Yeah,
stupid?
corn is a starch, I believe.
Oh wow.
I think it's.
Here I was thinking it was vegetable.
See?
I'm also not gonna say anything that
Yeah,
sounds remotely intelligent on air because I feel like I've done a pretty decent job so far. I'm not saying anything too stupid where someone's like, "Dang, that kid is dumb."
Ben's gonna be real. He's gonna educate everyone. The next time he's
come up
here,
here saying
he's gonna come in
tomatoes
with a
are fruit.
pyramid chart, the food pyramid chart, and he's gonna educate us on what we need to eat, and then he'll make his own pyramid. It'll just be all like all meat, all carbs.
Oh yeah.
And like a tiny sliver for fruit for allowing the tomato salsa he gets on his Chipotle. Okay, me and Mary are gonna go wrap up the show in just a moment with less technical difficulties, and Ben's gonna go get an early Chipotle order, I guess.
Peace. Yes, I am.
All right, we'll be right back to wrap up the morning app here on 90.5.
These crazy college kids, they don't know what they're talking about.
The morning app on 90.5 WASU.
In 1899, the misty ridges of northwestern North Carolina became home to a simple yet powerful vision: to transform lives and the region through the empowerment of education. Nearly 120 years later, students still feel the pull of this unique place, and Appalachian has remained grounded in the vision of our founders, providing rural access to a sterling education and serving the region. The Mountaineer passion for lifelong learning is cultivated from an early age. Right now, Appalachian's youngest Mountaineers are developing critical learning skills while also discovering that college is in their future, and when they are ready, their College on the Mountain will be ready for them.
So the children that go to school here at the Academy are from all across Forsyth County, particularly children who may be struggling readers. Our goal is to improve literacy for all students K-5, to work with them, bring in the curriculum through Appalachian State University and the Reading Clinic, and support learning across all disciplines.
The experience for a university student here at Middle Fork is really critical. We're able to show them what their practice that they're learning in the classroom looks like in action. So now we have this community of learners that aren't just little kindergarten through 5th grade students, but we also have teachers who are learning together with them. And they really are building a community that the Academy is really proud to be a part of.
So I've been teaching for 31 years, and one of the questions people always ask me is, why are you still doing this? Why aren't you retired? And my answer to them is because we finally got it right. These children are getting to interact with university professors. They are now identifying with Appalachian. They're saying, that's my college. I'm going to go to that college on the mountain. And they're very excited about that. And so now, these are children who could be first-generation college students. And they're already thinking about it and identifying as college students.
I love being here. I love being at the Academy because this is like one of the best opportunities that a principal can have. I mean, the amount of support I've had as a principal, it's just overwhelming. And I just like being a voice for children and to be a partner with the parents and a partner, on behalf of App State University. This is what I love doing, so I'm very thankful.
SchaeferCenter.org.
And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
.5 WASU, the morning app, is back in action to wrap up this hour. Hi, Peter Cooper here.
Hello, Mary.
It's just us two. You heard a door close, a ghost in the radio station.
Perfect for spooky season.
Speaking of spooky season, have you planned out your Halloween costume anymore?
I have.
What you going as?
I am going to be cosplaying a very obscure video game character.
Called?
Sally Face.
I'm getting a picture.
Sally Face. Yeah.
Sally Face. Oh, that's so creepy.
Yeah, kind of. I really like the character. I have gotten secondhand experience from my friend playing the game, and I'm just super attached to all the characters and the plot. Very nice game.
Are you gonna wind up dyeing your hair?
Yes.
Oh my! Have you already scheduled that?
I have not. I'm trying to find out how much it costs first.
Well, you'd have to bleach your hair, and then I think you need to tone it. I think you only tone it if you're just trying to go blonde.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, there's a person who I have seen around campus. So unfortunate. If you're bleaching your hair and you're going for blonde, tone it, because you get that really nasty mac and cheese orangey color.
Oh, yeah.
Don't not tone your hair.
I bleached my hair in January because I was going to dye it green.
Yeah.
And once the green faded out, it was left blonde.
Well, this is good. I was not shading you on that. That looks really nice.
It used to be orange, though. It used to be so bad. I never toned it.
So don't, if you're gonna, but so maybe you do have to tone it after the color fades.
Yeah.
Okay. or maybe you do tone it because once the color fades, your hair will still be blonde. Yeah. My hair, we definitely toned it when I got freshman year. I had it bleached. I had colored highlights-ish, sort of. They weren't highlights necessarily, because I went like magenta for the first one, and then I went red, and the red was so good. It faded into like this honey color. Oh my gosh. I can't do it now because I get my hair permed, and curly hair does not take color very well, I've heard, just because of painting it is weird.
That makes sense.
I mean, I'm sure, I've seen this one guy who I'm associated friends with, and he has like a little tuft of blonde that he puts right here.
Yeah.
But my Halloween costume, I'm going to have 2, because Halloween's on a weekend, so I expect to be going out
twice.
Shoot, sorry. But hold on. My mind is processing.
Fair.
My first one, I'm going as Orville Peck. I've mentioned several times I'm going as Orville Peck. I think I've had that plan since like April. I have wanted to go as Orville Peck.
Really?
Yeah, I've been planning it all summer. Like, I was supposed to go as him for a Halloween show, but I just got scared and I didn't want it going. I just didn't think it'd be safe.
I'm looking at a picture.
He's
cool.
cool.
That's cool.
I have his mask. I have to buy his mask custom made. I had it shipped all the way from like Palo Alto, California. He is a country singer. He's really cool. I have the shirt. I have a shirt. I'm just gonna wear like either these jeans. It's a black shirt, so I'm not sure if I want to go with black or like normal denim, like blue jeans.
Speaking of masks, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, because my costume also involves a mask. Different than yours, very different.
Both of ours are different. Mine is like an eye mask, and it has like fringe over the mouth.
Mine is like a full face mask, because like the character, it's
like a hockey mask almost.
He's literally wearing a prosthetic face.
Ew.
It's really cool. I love that character.
Gross. I'm sorry. I don't. It's just creepy, and I don't like creepy stuff.
I hate this game.
Yeah.
Never look it up.
It's
good. It's one of the most gory games I've ever seen.
The guy I'm talking to is like, he's like talking about American Horror Story. I'm like, no.
No, thank you.
I get so scared. Like, I can't do it. I'd be a great person if you like holding people while they get scared. Like, because there's just some people who are like,
yeah,
you would love me, because I do not want to look at that TV. I hate even like mildly creepy things. Kind of unsettle me more than most people.
I don't hate jump scares. I just think they're boring.
Well, yeah.
They're boring.
No, I'm not. The stuff that makes me is like blood curling stuff, you know.
Yeah,
gore
disgusts me.
Oh, I hate gore. No.
Nauseous. If it's like really, really bad.
Like slasher films you wouldn't watch.
Yeah, no. Like I remember I watched The Purge.
Is that a slasher film?
Wait, I don't know what it's called. That one where it's like, there's one day where you can do any crime.
That's The Purge, yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't watch it. It was just.
I didn't know it was like really gory. I didn't watch it because it sounded creepy.
Yeah.
I knew it was a horror. Well, like sort of a horror film.
I like psychological horror. That is amazing.
I think psychological horror is a terrible term.
Really?
I don't think, because it's not. It's just like a thriller. Like, it's just not bloody, creepy stuff. That's what it is to me. So it's just like a sort of, it's just a different psychological horror to me. How I've always interpreted it, but as we've established, I do not interpret things correctly because I didn't even know what a warranty was. That's a story we had off camera. Sorry. Psychological horror, I always think it's specifically like a character is like going insane almost. It's not a horror film, it doesn't seem like, but that new movie with Anna Joy Taylor, is that her name? Her name? That's wrong. That's not her name. Anya Taylor-Joy. That's her name. From Queen's Gambit. She's in a new movie, a new Edgar Wright movie coming out. The Last Night in Soho or something like that. Looks really good. That quite literally is psychological whatever. It's like this person having like delusions, it seems. That's what I think of.
No, that's fair. I get your reasoning with that.
But my interpretation of it is wrong. At least it's not the socially accepted interpretation, it sounds like.
I wouldn't say it's wrong. It's an interpretation. It makes sense.
I just okay. I just can't do horror movies. I already told my story about when I saw Final Destination without audio. I definitely did. When we were talking about Boy Scout troop or a Cub Scout troop, yeah. And we were at a drive-in theater, and whose bright idea was it to play the Smurfs on one end and Final Disney? I still, but my other Halloween costume, I've decided I might be going with the guy I'm seeing. We might just do something together, but we're not doing like because it's not like we're like that close. We're not gonna be doing like matching tacky Halloween costumes. Those are cool if you're like seriously dating someone, but I don't even know if we're dating. We're just like talking. We're gonna do like I'm gonna be doing like a hippie look. Remember that thing I bought? The white.
No,
yes. I have this like white cardigan thing. I'm gonna buy some like really loose baggy pants from probably the Happy Place because they have those. And I have like a bunch of pendants I can wear and rings, and I'm gonna go as like a hippie.
You got like a moonstone pendant, right?
I have two. Yeah, moonstone. I bought the same. I'm buying sandals anyways because I need some for like hiking or whatever. We're gonna go. And he's gonna do something like I'm gonna have like my chest out, which is like a big weird thing for me because I've always hated my body. And he's probably gonna do like I suggested he should do like some like weird like roller derby, not roller derby, but like 80s highlighter roller girl thing because he roller skates. Cool. So I was like, you should get like neon short shorts, get like a red shirt and like crop it. Cause he's like super active, so like it would work for him.
Yeah.
And I was like, get like tube socks, wear the roller skates, and maybe like a headband, like an elastic sweatband.
Yeah,
bang.
That's perfect.
But I said the only obstacle is like I don't know how you're gonna go around.
Roller skate.
On roller skates, it depends on where he's going. If he decides on that costume and like goes out to a bar or something, that's not gonna fly.
No.
So that's why I said
I have like a backpack with your shoes in it.
Maybe, and that would kind of work if it's like a right colored backpack. It might work. I'm envious. He knows how to roller skate though, so I was like.
I'm joining the roller derby team.
I think you mentioned that because I said I knew someone. I know a few people on there.
Oh really? Huh.
Yeah. Offhandedly, like I don't know them very well, but my friend Audrey is on it. They do there's a roller rink. People don't even know it because it's kind of far.
Yeah, I didn't know until someone told me, and I was like, oh, I'm going there.
It's technically I think it's technically in Meat Camp. I think is the desert. It's not in Boone. It's technically not in Boone. It's one of the surrounding areas in Watauga County. It's not Blowing Rock either, because it really is like right off the side of a freeway.
Oh wow.
Have you never seen the roller rink?
I haven't been there.
Oh, I've heard it's like fine. It just kind of it really is almost in the middle of nowhere. I've heard it's fine. Like I'm not harping on it, but I didn't even know there was a roller rink until last year. I think I've never gone because I'm out of practice. I have roller skates, so inline skates when there were 4 in a row, and I lost my balance with them completely. It is not like riding a bike.
I can't. Some people say that like inlines are easier to balance with, and I
couldn't.
I cannot.
When I was like younger, we lived right by a roller rink, and my mother roller skated. Like she still does. She has her old pair, and I tried, could not balance on them whatsoever when I like rented them out. But I had rollerblades, and I was fine with them. I can't go very fast, but I was fine with them. And now, I mean, I can stand in them, but moving, I can't do it. It is not like riding a bike. Like I can't just pick it up again and go back to normal. So I have to learn from scratch, which is why I might want to do roller skating because roller skates are cute. Rollerblades are so ugly. They are so ugly. They have all these
like bulky.
They're bulky. They have all these like ridiculous straps and patterns on them that just don't need to be there. And roller skates are just, I don't even think rollerblades need to look like that. They just make them look like that. And roller skates are super like cute.
Very aesthetically pleasing.
Very aesthetically pleasing.
I got my roller skates because of like videos I saw on TikTok, and I was like, that's cool. I want to try that, and also good excuse to go outside and get active.
Well, you can't be doing that much longer.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Boone. I don't know how people stay active in like the colder seasons because like it is enough snow where it is. I've been here for 4 years. I still don't know. It is enough snow and ice where like it really will get in the way of things.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's amazing though. I love how much it snows here because I grew up in Raleigh and it like
doesn't snow there.
It's frustratingly horrible. And yeah, I'm excited for it to snow.
I don't have a problem with snow, but The first snow of the year I will get excited for. That'll never shake.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's like,
Once it snows like multiple times, you're just like,
I feel like the people on campus, the freshmen, because it's supposed to be a really snowy year this year, they are going to be like, they're going to have the time of their lives, and then they're going to have to start walking to class in it, and then
Oh, yeah.
they'll be mad.
Oh no, and I have to take the bus to campus.
Well, no, I mean, the good news is if the buses can't run, you don't have to go to class.
Oh, bet.
So if the buses can't run, they will cancel class. Anyways, do you have any closing thoughts?
I'm very excited for my Halloween costume.
I am excited for both of mine. You're listening to The Morning App here on 90.5 WASU.
The Morning App on 90.